Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today into the career of Christian Wood.
Christian Wood.
You got it. An American pro basketball player,
Oh, yeah.
undrafted, bouncing between teams, a taste of stardom, and then some recent setbacks.
Wow.
So we're going to try to figure out what makes Christian Wood's journey so unique
Right.
and, maybe get a glimpse of what the future might hold for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is fascinating to see that contrast, between Wood's clear talent and the, just constant uphill battle he's faced to find his place in the NBA.
Yeah.
His story is a great example of how a player's path can be so unpredictable.
Yeah.
And it shows how much grit it takes to keep going when things get tough.
Yeah. You got to have that mental toughness.
You do.
So let's rewind all the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
Christian Wood, born and raised in Long Beach, California.
California boy.
But there aren't a lot of details about his early life,
Right.
What we do know is that he went to 3 different high schools before ending up at the legendary Findlay Prep in Nevada.
Oh, yeah, Findlay Prep. That's the...
This isn't just any high school.
Yo.
For those who aren't basketball fanatics, Findlay Prep is known for producing some top-tier talent.
It's like the Harvard of high school basketball.
Yeah.
The fact that Wood ended up there really says a lot about the potential he was showing early on. And then his senior year, talk about a storybook ending.
Oh, yeah.
Findlay Prep went on an unbelievable 54-game winning streak.
What?
And clinched the ESPN National High School Invitational Championship.
Oh, hold on. 54 games straight.
54.
It's insane.
They were unstoppable.
So at this point, scouts are drooling over this kid.
Bro, absolutely. I mean, some scouts even ranked him in the top 40 nationally.
Wow.
So yeah, the buzz around his talent was definitely building.
Okay, so college ball was a no-brainer at that point, right?
Yeah, he went on to play for UNLV from
Okay.
2013 to 2015.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is that his college career is a classic example of a player just honing their skills. Steadily improving freshman year, he averaged a modest 4.5 points per game.
Okay.
But by his sophomore year, he exploded onto the scene, averaging 15.7 points and 10 rebounds.
Wow.
It's a testament to his dedication and the work he put in.
Huge jump from role player to double-double machine.
It's huge.
So did that put him on the NBA's radar?
It did. That breakout year earned him first-team All-Mountain West honors, which
wow.
means he was recognized as one of the top players in his conference.
Okay.
So basically, it solidified his status as a legitimate NBA prospect.
Okay, so as you might expect, he declares for the 2015 draft.
Right.
Here comes the plot twist.
Oh.
Despite being projected as a late first-round pick,
Look.
Wood went undrafted. I know. How does a player with that kind of talent slip through the cracks?
That's the thing about the draft. It's not always just about pure talent.
Right.
It's also about projection,
Yeah.
team needs.
Mhm.
Sometimes players get overlooked for reasons that are hard to pinpoint.
You never really know.
Yeah.
So what happened to Wood after this unexpected, blow? Did he give up on his NBA dreams?
Not at all. He hit the summer league with the Houston Rockets,
Okay.
hoping to, catch the eye of any team willing to give him a shot.
Yeah.
And it paid off.
Okay.
He signed with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Huge sigh of relief.
Right.
But I have a feeling his rookie season wasn't exactly a walk in the park.
Well, let's just say it was a baptism by fire.
Okay.
He did make his NBA debut with the 76ers.
Okay.
But a lot of his time was spent going back and forth between the team and their development league affiliate.
Right. The Delaware 87ers.
Exactly.
This constant shuffling between the NBA and the D-League.
Yeah.
It's a common experience.
It is.
For players trying to break into the league, it really shows the level of dedication and resilience that these guys need to have.
Absolutely. And in Wood's case, it was a particularly turbulent period.
Oh, really?
He was even waived by the 76ers at one point.
Wow.
Just highlighting how cutthroat the NBA can be.
Yeah.
Imagine the mental fortitude it takes to keep pushing forward after setbacks like that.
That's rough.
It is.
So what did he do next?
So he was picked up by the Delaware 87ers.
Okay.
Continued to work on his game, but his journey was far from over.
Right.
After the 76ers, there were stints with the Charlotte Hornets,
Okay.
back to the Delaware 87ers again.
Wow.
Then a short stint with the Milwaukee Bucks and their G League affiliate, the Wisconsin Herd.
Goodness.
It seemed like he was caught in this revolving door of teams and leagues just constantly trying to prove himself.
That's a basketball odyssey right there.
It is.
But somewhere along the line, things started to click for him, right?
Yeah.
There had to be a turning point.
You're right, and that turning point came with the New Orleans Pelicans in 2019.
Okay.
This is where Wood finally got a real opportunity to showcase his skills in the NBA.
Okay.
Other players had departed or were injured, and the door just swung wide open for him.
Okay, I'm sensing about to blow up moment here.
Yeah.
What happened when he got his chance?
He seized it. Okay. His performance during this period with the Pelicans was impressive, to say the least.
Really?
He started putting up the numbers, showing the kind of talent that initially made him such a sought-after prospect.
So I'm dying to know any highlights or standout moments from his time with the Pelicans.
Oh, there's one game that stands out.
Okay.
His career-high performance against the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, wow.
He dropped 23 points, grabbed 9 rebounds, and swatted 6 shots.
Dang.
It was like a coming out party announcing to the league, hey, I'm here and I'm ready to play.
Wow, so this is where things start looking up for Christian Wood.
Yeah, this feels like a turning point in his career.
So it sounds like his time with the Pelicans was a real proving ground for him.
It was.
You know, it showcased what he could do when he got his chance.
Right.
I bet the rest of the league was taking notice.
Oh, absolutely. Those strong performances, they caught the eye of several teams, and it led to him signing with the Detroit Pistons.
Okay.
He finally landed that consistent starting role he'd been working towards, and he didn't disappoint.
So it's almost like all those years of, grinding and bouncing around were finally paying off.
They were.
But then 2020 hits, and the world, including the NBA, was turned upside down.
Yeah.
By the pandemic, did that impact Wood's momentum?
Unfortunately, yes. He tested positive for COVID-19
Oh, no.
early on in the pandemic, which was a scary time for everyone.
Yeah.
It was a reminder of the fragility of life, even for professional athletes.
It definitely put things into perspective, didn't it?
It did.
But even with that setback, his talent was undeniable.
Right.
What happened next for him?
So his next move was a big one.
Okay.
A sign-and-trade deal that sent him to the Houston Rockets in 2020.
Okay.
And this wasn't just any contract. We're talking a 3-year, $41 million deal.
Hold on. Sign and trade.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for our listeners who might not be, up on all the ins and outs of, NBA transactions?
So basically, a sign-and-trade is a way for a team to acquire a player who's a free agent. The player signs a contract with their current team
Right.
and is immediately traded to another team.
Gotcha.
It's a win-win because the player gets the contract they want,
Yeah.
and the team gets something in return for a player they would have lost for nothing.
So it's like a carefully choreographed dance
It is.
between teams and players.
It is a dance.
And in this case, it landed Wood a massive contract with the Rockets.
Huge contract.
That's a clear indication that they saw him as a key piece of their future.
Absolutely. With the Rockets, Wood's role expanded even further.
Right.
He became a focal point of their offense,
Mm-hmm.
finally getting the recognition he deserved as a legitimate scoring threat in the league.
And did he deliver? Was he able to live up to those expectations?
He absolutely did. He was averaging over 20 points a game,
Wow.
putting him in that top tier of scorers in the league.
Okay.
It was proof that he could be a primary offensive option,
Yeah.
a go-to guy when a team needed a bucket.
Okay, I'm remembering now that his time in Houston wasn't all smooth sailing, right? The injury bug bit him again.
Unfortunately, you're right.
All right.
He suffered a significant ankle injury during the 2020-2021 season, which forced him to miss a big chunk of games.
Man, that's tough.
It is.
Just when it seemed like he'd finally found his groove and was playing at an all-star level,
Right.
this injury pops up.
Yeah.
Talk about bad timing.
Injuries are an unfortunate reality in any sport,
Yeah.
especially in the NBA, where the pace and physicality are so demanding.
Yeah,
And they can be incredibly frustrating for a player who's on the rise.
for sure.
Yeah.
So what happened next for Wood?
He was traded to the Dallas Mavericks in 2022.
Okay.
It was an intriguing move because he joined a team with championship aspirations,
Oh, yeah.
playing alongside Luka Doncic, one of the most exciting young players in the league.
I remember that trade.
Yeah.
There was a lot of buzz about how Wood's scoring ability would complement Doncic's playmaking skills.
Exactly. And while he didn't always start, he was a valuable contributor off the bench for the Mavericks, showcasing his versatility and ability to adapt to different roles.
Right.
He continued to put up solid numbers.
So I bet there were some memorable moments during his time in Dallas.
Wow.
Anything that stands out in your mind?
Oh, his first Christmas Day game as a Maverick was pretty special.
Okay.
Ironically, it was against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
And he went off scoring 30 points.
Wow.
It was a statement game showing that he could perform on the big stage.
You don't think that performance had anything to do with his eventual move to the Lakers, do you?
It's fun to think about.
It's like foreshadowing in a movie.
And yes, in 2023, Wood signed with the Lakers.
Okay.
A move that a lot of people, myself included, thought was a perfect fit.
Yeah.
He finally had the chance to play for a contender,
Right.
a team with a rich history and a championship pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like he was in a prime position to contribute to a winning team.
Yeah.
And potentially compete for a title.
I can imagine how exciting that must have been for him.
Right.
Especially after all the ups and downs he'd gone through.
Exactly.
But you said it seemed like a perfect fit.
Yeah.
What happened? Was there more to the story?
Unfortunately, his time with the Lakers, it didn't quite pan out the way many had hoped.
Okay.
He struggled to find consistent minutes. And wouldn't you know, it was hampered by injuries once again.
Not the injury bug again.
It was like a recurring theme throughout his career.
It seems like this time it was his knee, right?
Yes. His knee became a major issue. He was sidelined for a significant portion of the 2023-2024 season.
Wow.
And even underwent 2 surgeries to try and address the problem.
That's tough.
It was a frustrating period for him, no doubt.
Yeah.
Imagine battling back from so many setbacks only to be hit with another one.
So where does that leave him now? Is he still with the Lakers?
Sadly, no. As of February 2025, Wood was waived by the Lakers.
Wait, that's a big deal.
It is.
What led to that decision? The Lakers were considered a championship contender, right?
They were, and that's often the nature of professional sports.
Yeah.
Teams are constantly making adjustments,
Right.
looking for the right pieces to fit their puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, the Lakers needed to make room on their roster to sign another player, Alex Len, who presumably better suited their immediate needs.
So Christian Wood is a free agent once again.
He is.
Talk about coming full circle.
Full circle.
It's amazing how quickly things can change in the NBA.
It really is. It's a constant reminder that nothing is guaranteed in this league.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've seen the highs of big contracts.
Right.
The lows of being undrafted and waived.
Mm-hmm.
The excitement of playing for contenders.
Yeah.
And the frustration of injuries. Christian Wood's career has been a wild ride.
It's been a roller coaster, that's for sure.
It really has. And it begs the question,
Yeah.
what happens next for Christian Wood?
Right. What's next?
That's what we're going to unpack in the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll explore the possibilities, the potential landing spots, and what the future might hold for this talented but often overlooked player.
Interesting.
Stay tuned. So we've followed Christian Wood's journey, from high school stardom to the roller coaster ride of the NBA undrafted, battling through the D-League, flashes of brilliance, and then those frustrating setbacks.
Yeah.
Quite a story.
It really highlights how the NBA is, it's a blend of talent and opportunity and finding the right fit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always enough to just have the skills.
Right.
Sometimes it's about being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are in 2025, and Christian Wood is a free agent once again.
He is.
What do you see happening next?
Well,
Can he still be a star in this league, or is his path going to be more about carving out a valuable role?
that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's still relatively young,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no denying his talent. When he's on, he can score with the best of them.
Yeah.
He's athletic, he's versatile, he can create his own shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's shown he can be a go-to guy on offense.
I
But
was sensing but come on.
the key question is consistency.
Right.
Can he stay healthy and produce at a high level consistently?
Yeah.
That's been the biggest challenge throughout his career.
Mm.
And, the other factor is finding the right team,
Right.
a system that maximizes his strengths and minimizes his weaknesses.
So it's not just about talent. It's about the whole package.
It is.
Talent, health fit, opportunity. It's like all the pieces of a puzzle have to fall into place.
Exactly. And let's not forget the mental aspect of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Wood has faced a lot of adversity in his career, more than most players experience. And
Yeah.
how he responds to those challenges, how he bounces back from setbacks,
Yeah.
that's going to be crucial.
Thinking back on his journey, it's pretty remarkable that he hasn't given up.
I agree.
He's faced so many hurdles, yet he keeps pushing forward. It's a testament to his dedication and his belief in himself.
Absolutely, and that's something you have to admire about him.
Yeah.
He could have easily walked away after going undrafted, after being sent down to the G League multiple times,
Yeah.
after dealing with all those injuries, but he kept coming back, he kept fighting for his chance.
Okay, so putting on your expert analyst hat,
Yeah.
what's the most likely scenario for Wood going forward?
Well, I don't have a crystal ball,
Yeah.
but I'm optimistic that he'll find a new home in the NBA.
Okay.
You know, there are always teams looking for scoring punch. And Wood has proven he can provide that.
Do you see him more as a starter on a rebuilding team, or could he thrive as like a sixth man,
Right.
a high-impact player off the bench for a contender?
It really depends on the team and their needs.
Yeah.
He could be a valuable sixth man for a team looking to make a deep playoff run, providing that instant offense off the bench.
Yeah.
Imagine him on a team like the Phoenix Suns or the Miami Heat.
Right.
Or he could end up on a younger team that's rebuilding.
Okay.
A team like the Orlando Magic or the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Yeah.
where he has more freedom to showcase his skills and potentially regain a starting role.
So many possibilities still on the table.
Exactly, and that's what makes the NBA so compelling.
Yeah.
You never know what twists and turns a player's career might take.
We've gone deep into Christian Wood's basketball journey,
Yeah,
and it's a story that's still being written.
it is.
You know, he's shown us flashes of brilliance, he's battled through adversity, and now he's at another crossroads.
What's fascinating is that there's no single answer to what his future holds.
Right.
You know, it's all about how he chooses to write this next chapter.
So for everyone listening, here's something to think about.
Okay.
Given his undeniable talent, but also his inconsistency, can Christian Wood become a reliable star player?
Right.
Or will he carve out a long and valuable career as a role player?
Good question.
It's a question that will be answered in the seasons to come.
And sometimes that's the beauty of sports.
Yeah.
We get to watch these stories unfold, witness the triumphs and the setbacks, and ultimately see how players respond to the challenges thrown their way.
Will said that's a great way to put it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the career of Christian Wood.
My pleasure.
We'll be back soon with another fascinating exploration of the world around us. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.